Hey guys, well, welcome back to another episode of Snack Therapy. It's just where we snack and we chit and we chat. Today I am going to be doing a crunchy snack for you guys, and it will be the Takis Dragon Sweet Chili. And I don't totally remember if I've ever had these before or not. Like, the packaging looks familiar, but I don't remember these. My favorite flavor of the Takis are the blue ones. I've tried the original ones and I've tried the blue ones, and the blue ones are definitely my favorite. But when I was perusing Kroger's Takis section, I saw that they have like a nacho cheese one, which that one sounds a little interesting. But I decided to do this one today. I'm hoping it tastes like the like sweet chili Doritos, I think is what they are. They're in like a purpley bag. Those are my favorite flavor of Doritos. And then my second favorite flavor is Cool Ranch, if you were wondering. So I'm kind of hoping that these taste like that, but like spicier. But we shall see. And like I said, I'm not 100% sure if I've ever tried these before or not. And if I did, I definitely don't remember them. I remember the packaging, but I do a lot of grocery shopping, so I see a lot of packaging. Okay, let's open this up. I don't really know what I would call that. Yeah, I would say I wish the like sweet, like the sweet flavor was a little bit more strong, because it's kind of just like a little bit of the sweet flavor and then like the heat all the way at the back of your throat. I do like them though. I'm not really like a hot, spicy food person. On like a regular basis, unless it's salsa. If you give me a good pico de gallo and it's a little spicy, yes. But just like casual everyday eating, like I said, unless it's salsa, I don't really tend to go towards stuff that's hot, because sometimes when you're eating stuff that's hot, it being hot is the only focus at some point. And I'm somebody who actually likes to eat food like for the taste. Not just for it to be hot enough to burn my taste buds out. I'm in no way like into super hot spicy stuff. Like, but if it's got a little kick, I'm okay with it. I keep feeling a hair. I just took a shower. Like, I got ready, got dressed, you know, showered, everything like that, so I could look presentable for videos. And I brush my hair when it's wet, and I tend to, you know, I brush it before I started brushing it when it was wet. I used to pick my hair with like a hair pick, so like combing your hair. But hold on. I try not to talk when I'm eating. So I used to pick / brush or comb my hair, but I felt like when I did that, it didn't. I always had like a lot of fallout, where like I had like hairs all over the place. I feel like it happens less when I brush my hair after I got out of the shower. And I don't really brush or comb my hair after it's dry, because I have really fine hair, and if I do that, it'll either get it staticky or it'll be like even flatter than it already is. My nose is starting to run. I gotta go get a Kleenex. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I shed really bad. When I only combed my hair after when it was wet, or sometimes I'll go through phases where I don't do anything with my hair when I get out of the shower. I'll just like dry it off and then not brush it or comb it. And that seems like when I do that, I shed the worst. And my husband will have so much hair all over the place. All over his clothes and his boxers, like all over the place. But that has seemed to get better when I brush my hair. I also bake quite a bit, and I do bake for other people. So whenever I bake, I make sure I'm not wearing a sweatshirt. I make sure I use a lint roller on all my clothes, and my hair is back all the way, clipped back, tied back, or you know, in a bun, and I have a hat on, because I'm not trying to be ain't nobody getting a piece of my hairs in their food, because that's gross. Okay, sorry, we had to take a little intermission. I had my husband take our daughter and go run a couple errands for me so I can get some videos done. And he had some questions. So, okay, I don't even remember what we were talking about. Baking. Yeah, I really love baking. What I don't like is trying recipes from people. I get almost all of my recipes from Pinterest. And I hate recipes that either somehow they have fake reviews, and the photos that they have do not turn out to be the same cookie for the recipe that they gave you, because this especially happened with the shortbread cookie. I tried to make a peppermint shortbread cookie, and it called for peppermint, like crushed pieces inside, which I knew that was like a real gamble, because shortbread is kind of a temperamental cookie, I would say, or if you consider it a cookie, I'm not really sure. And then when you add peppermint, like candy in anything, that gets a little dicey, because it's a great flavor, but when it heats up, it gets like super like gooey and just like not great. But it'll also expand and like ooze out, so if it's not like a sturdy cookie, it's trash. The recipe photos were like these perfect fucking were these perfect like immaculate looking cookies, but like even in the photos, I was looking at the photos, I was like, there's no way they baked that peppermint, because it still looks perfect. But I tried it anyway, because I was looking for like a pepperminty cute theme Christmas cookie, and it did not go well at all. It did not call for a long enough chill time than what the cookies required, because the dough itself, the shortbread, was super wet, and which I've never baked shortbread before, so, but from watching all the cooking shows I've watched, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like a short, what I mean, like really, I don't want to say dense is the right word, but like when it's not like a chewy cookie, so the dough isn't going to be like softer, it's going to be more like your dough dried out kind of, and that's not what this dough looked like. It was like wet Play-Doh. And from what I remember, it didn't call for like a chill time, so since it was that wet, I chilled it before I rolled it out, because I couldn't roll it out. I chilled it, and then I rolled it out, and then I tried chilling it again, and then I cut them, and then I chilled them again, and each chill was like at least between half an hour to an hour, depending on, so it was really time consuming. And the cookies, they just did not turn out good. Though, like I said, the peppermint just gets, when it gets hot, it melts, and it gets, it wasn't cute. And the only reason why I tried it was because the reviews were so good. Which that's like what makes me mad. Like, it's expensive to bake and have it suck. Like, and I also have this really big problem where I like baking, and I like baking new stuff. I don't always like baking the same stuff. So whenever I do offer to bake for other people, it's always like a rotational menu, which I'll give them a couple options to choose from, and then they pick it and I bake it. But the problem with that is I have to test out the recipes first, and all of our family lives in Illinois and we live in Georgia, so I don't really have like a system of people here to dump baked goods off on. So where we used to live, we were like in the center of town, So I would always take him to like the local businesses and the police department because I could walk there with my daughter. I dropped some stuff off at our neighbor's house until they got weird and I stopped doing it. From there, but we moved to like the complete opposite side of Georgia. And we moved to the complete opposite side of Georgia. We're like before we lived on the east side of Atlanta. Now we live on the west side. And we lived in a subdivision. I don't really know any of these people that well. And we don't live close enough to town for me to just walk and drop off cookies somewhere. So a couple of times before where we previously lived, I would bake stuff so I could practice decorating, and then I would just post on like the buy sell trade groups or like our local town page and stuff like that I had stuff to get rid of. So I think I'm going to do that. I baked some stuff over the weekend that I need to get rid of. And because there's only 3 of us and one of us is a toddler, so we're not going to go through all the stuff I baked. And I just really like baking. I really like baking for people. I really like people enjoying what I make, but I really like even more people enjoying food. So, you know, that's why I'm okay with like testing these recipes and giving this stuff away, because it's a good way for me to get practice with a recipe, a good way to like promote my business, but also it's a good way to give back to people. And you never know, maybe they're having a bad day and just need a sweet treat and they just stop by my house and pick one up for free. So I like doing that type of stuff. I like community outreach and stuff, but like from a distance. I'm not a big like in people person. I'm generous from a distance. My husband really wants me to start baking for farmers markets, and it really, like, I enjoy baking. I don't enjoy baking where I have to bake for money. And that would really take out the, like, I like joy in it for me, I guess you could say. Like, just it's like a hobby that I don't really want to turn into a job. Even though I'm really positive I could, because I do have people I bake for, but I do post some things online sometimes for sale, but I like to do it in person, to bake all this stuff and then hope people buy it. That would ruin me. I would not enjoy that. But yeah, so you gotta let me know if there's any like recipes that you really like. If you're a baker, if you're a home baker, what you like making. If you're a dessert connoisseur, what you like eating. Or if you have a cool hobby you want to share, you definitely gotta let me know. And I'm gonna eat this one because I'm holding on to it. And yeah, so I'm really glad we got to spend this time together, and I hope I get to see you again soon. If you have any suggestions on snacks I should try next, definitely let me know. And and I will see you later. Thanks. Bye.